It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Good morning, Bob.
Morning. Morning.
Scooter, good morning.
So excited. Good morning. Good morning, David.
Let's just look at him and
it is what it is. Go for whatever you want.
Yeah, okay. It's May the 12th. I want to welcome you to the morning show. Thank you for joining us. And we'd like to start off with the morning prayer, which is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home. With all our respect, they have 29 here in Arkansas and 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. So let's take a moment for the prayer. Dear Lord, I would like to say a prayer for all the racists out there, misogynist, sexist. It seems that this country is absolutely full of them. I hope that you can guide and show them the way to righteousness, and that's my prayer for the day. Yeah.
Amen.
I'll leave it at that. What do you think, Bob?
Peachy.
I know, right? Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, we do appreciate their sponsorship of the morning prayer. So now we will take a short break and hear from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. Scooter?
It's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team, at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV, and now we're going to take a look at the White River. Woo. Not foggy. Oh, I said it right. I was totally wrong.
Yeah, you said not foggy.
I was totally wrong.
You were completely wrong.
Well, yeah, Carter's down there somewhere. You can kind of see down at the bottom the rim of the White River.
Speak English.
Yes, it's there's Baxter County off in the distance, and Missouri way off in the distance. It's in Marion County, looking down at Carter, Arkansas, and well, you're looking at fog right now. It's brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. You can go to retiredtoarkansas.net and go to the tools, go to the
go
the
down
video,
the live videos,
the live videos that'll
cameras.
zoom in. It's one of them zoomed in.
Yeah, and it's just as bad on the fog. So
okay.
Here's the thing, though, folks. If you will go and watch this as the sun starts cutting through that fog, it is some really, really cool pictures.
It really is. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net, and you can. Zep, there it goes.
You can kind of see the river down there.
Yeah, I see a silhouette in the edge of the land.
Yeah,
Very
it's pretty
nice.
foggy this morning.
You got the clear picture?
The clear picture.
The clear picture?
Now, I do have the still picture.
The still picture.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the Rainbow Bridge, Bull Shoals, Missouri at the horizon, Mountain Home to the right. Town of Carter, Arkansas. A
That is
beautiful
the
shot.
same shot, but during the day where
Yeah.
there's no fog or anything. So
Right.
now this is a nice looking, where you see the rocks and stuff like that. I always like that shot.
Yeah. It gives you a depth perception
Yep.
of how far down that actually is. They are way up on the mountain. It's very, very cool. We appreciate Bob and Linda Zadora for allowing everybody to see that beautiful view that they get to enjoy every morning and night and day and just all the time, right?
Yeah, it must be tough.
It
Wake up
must
in the
be
morning,
tough.
grab a cup of coffee, sit there and have to look at that.
Right. Thank you, Bob and Linda. All right, let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, realtors you would recommend to a friend. In Mountain Home, we have 64, Harrison 63, Batesville 67, Yellville 63, Marshall 63, Salem 63, Mountain View 63, Calico Rock 64, West Plains, Missouri is at 63, Springfield, Missouri 66, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 66, and St. Louis is 73. It's warmed up pretty good already there. Well, I refreshed it. Let's press play. There we go. It looks like we've got some heavy showers to the north in North Dakota, some over in Montana, and some snow covering Wyoming. Of course, the West Coast, California to Seattle, is covered in rain. Nothing wrong with that. They can use it, I guess. We'll zoom in here to Arkansas, where it's absolutely beautiful. No precipitation, no nothing. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day, isn't it? I like it. It looks like, yes, up in the northern part of the country, stretching from Kansas into South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin. They all have severe storms expected. So if you're headed to the north, be careful in those areas. Over Arkansas, we have no watches, no warnings, no problems. Over in Texas and New Mexico, it's like parts of Colorado and Kansas, they've got, what is that, the red flag warning. So
yep.
You want to be careful in those areas. But Arkansas and Missouri, Oklahoma, all clear. 7-day forecast. Tonight, patchy fog, then sunny, 91 degrees. Oh, today, sorry. Tonight, mostly clear, low 67. Friday, we got sunny, then chance of thunderstorms at 30%, high of 89. Friday night, we got chance of thunderstorms, then thunderstorms likely, 30 to 60% chance over the course of the day. Let's see, low of 64. Saturday, 20% chance of thunderstorms, high of 84. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 62. Sunday, mostly sunny during the day, then a chance of thunderstorms later on at 30%. Let's see, high 84. Sunday night, 30% chance, low of 59. Monday, sunny and 81. I do believe we have jumped straight to summer.
We have.
And a hot
It's about
summer
time.
it is, right? Pollen count, tree pollen today is high. Tomorrow it's moderate. Saturday is moderate. Grass pollen is high. That's wonderful. I'm going to mow today. Tomorrow is high. Saturday is high. No big deal, right? Norfolk Lake water level is at 570.14. Bull Shoals Lake water level is at 681. And so that is a look at your weather and lake water levels and all the other good stuff, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. If you need to buy or sell a home, they are great to work with. They really go above and beyond. So give them a call at, I'm going to read it this time, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net, check out their listings, and give them a chance to earn your business, because they can get it done, right?
They can.
All right. So we're going to take a break and come back with the community news. Thank you for joining us on the morning show.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
I'm Henry.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We want to thank you for joining us. And I've got community news as far as the International Space Station will be visible to those in the Twin Lakes area this week and next. And tonight, which I guess you can download an app, it says for Thursday night, at 9:39, it will appear 10 degrees above south-southwest and disappear 26 degrees above south. And so I would have to have an app for that, because
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly how do I
Gotta learn to use a compass.
10 degree. Well, I haven't seen a compass since I was probably 15. So the International Space Station is visible to the naked eye and is said to look like a fast-moving plane, only at much higher altitude. The flyover schedule is provided by spotthestation.nasa.gov. And so I thought that was pretty cool that you can see that crossing the sky tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Almost as cool as it was yesterday when we talked about it.
But
Did you?
wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, I didn't watch your show
wasn't
yesterday.
the time
so-
yesterday way
Well, it was
Yeah.
morning time yesterday.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
4:30 in the morning.
It showed 4:11 Wednesday morning at 4:11, and then 4:58 a.m. Thursday morning. So this morning you could have also have seen it, and I didn't know. I just thought it was cool.
That's
Thanks,
cool.
Bob. Let's see. So did you talk about the record high yesterday?
No, I don't care about
Okay.
record highs.
It was a record high of 91 degrees, and that breaks the old record of 90 degrees set in 2002. And I felt it rolling around the lot on those little side-by-sides. Buddy, it was hot. So another record could be broken with a prediction high today at 92.
Love it.
It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to get the mowing done on the hottest record-breaking time of forever. Well, at least the past 100 years since they've started recording it.
Or you
Right?
could wait till 8 o'clock at night when it's not as hot.
I don't have headlights on my push mower.
Okay, so wait till 7:30.
And some more community news. Let's see. Canteen lunch at the Bull Shoals VFW Post 1341. That's located at 1206 Central Boulevard. Let's see. That's today from 11 to 1 for $7. Join them for half chicken and sides, and that's 11 to 1 today. Heart Healthy Women Support Group. Heart Healthy session held the second Thursday of every month. That's today at 1 to 2 p.m. Group focuses on providing social and emotional support for women with heart disease, as well as education on healthy lifestyle habits that promote heart health. Due to COVID-19, class capacity is limited, masks required, social distancing strictly observed, and registration required. You can call 870-508-2345 to register, and that's at the Sleeman Center for Women's Health at 606 Broadmoor Drive in Mountain Home. And then I got today also men's cancer discussions, 9 to 10 a.m. at the Pites Cancer Support House. It's a hospital drive. Learning you have cancer can be one of the most stressful times of your life. Men try to hide their emotions and stress and pain from their loved ones to avoid causing panic or hopelessness. If you recently got a diagnosis of cancer, this group offers help to men living with cancer. So definitely join that, because that is a tough time. My father had lung cancer, and so it's definitely a daunting thing to have to deal with. Let's see, Cotter Gassville Rural Protection District Commission meeting is today, 6 p.m. to 7:30, and Cotter Gassville Rural Fire Commission's at 39 Waterfield Place in Cotter, Arkansas. So, anybody else have?
I do.
Yep, up.
Yep,
Yep.
go ahead.
Mountain Home Bomber track team sent some people down to the Meet of Champions yesterday, and they came out very, very successful. The 4x800 meter relay team, consisting of Bryson Hodges, Anderson Hodges, Andrew Westfall, and Kai Bickford, they broke the Arkansas state record with a time of 7:46:36, which broke the old record that was 7:52. The team has finished. The boys team finished with the most points. What's exciting to know about that is the record that they broke had set for 20 years. So it was set by Russellville.
Woo.
So congratulations to those gentlemen.
Good job.
They're also ranked number 7 in the nation right now, that 4x800 team.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Very good. Scooter, did you have anything?
Nope, I'm
Nope.
good.
Well, I'll just let's do one more Mountain Home VFW Friday Dance. It's May 13th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at VFW Post 3246. They are located at 214 West 7th Street here in Mountain Home. And so, let's see, with Jerry Hopper providing the music, doors will open at 5:30 and the band will start playing at 6. The kitchen will be open at 7. The canteen will be open for drink purchases for adults age 21 and over. Price of admission is $7 and the public is welcome. Please bring your friends out for a night of good music, dancing, and fellowship. Sounds
Awesome.
like fun?
There you go.
All right. So we're going to take a short break and come back with Jake Long, the Mountain Home Schools Superintendent.
Be right back.
Take a break.
I'm Henry Canfield, your candidate for Baxter County Sheriff. I'm a veteran, a family man with over 20 years of law enforcement experience. If you are ready for positive change in your community, I humbly ask for your support May 24th in the Republican primary.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Shannon Felicia, and I'm talking to you, the Baxter County citizen. I'm a military man, a veteran, a family man with over 25 years military experience in civil engineering, and I'm asking for your vote on May the 24th in the Republican primary to elect me, Shannon Felicia, as your next Baxter County judge.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Hello.
Welcome back to the morning show. We are visiting with Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Schools. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's always good to get out and be able to talk about our schools and talk about our kids. And we are at that time of year where, you know, the end of year activities are in full motion, and we were just talking about transitioning kids, and so our students are going and they're visiting other campuses. Mountain Home is a little bit unique in really having the centers approach, where all of the grade levels transition from one building to the next every 1, 2, or 3 years, and in a lot of communities they have what's called community-based schools where they stay and they may attend an elementary school K through 5 or K through 4 based on your location and community. Right. But I do like all of our kids being together. Students get to be together K through 12, and they transition. But one of the challenges that do happen because of that is the transitions that happen, and so there's a lot of time spent this time of year being very intentional on transitioning those kids. And while we're certainly not perfect, we work at it, and there'll be multiple opportunities over the next 2 weeks and then starting in early August to work on those transitions. So we have the transitions happening. Of course, we're planning for graduation. Bob, he does our announcing of the names, and so you said you got your list last night.
I got my list last night. It looks like it's going to be a long study.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you do, because no parent wants to hear their child's name mispronounced, and even last week we had our completers ceremony, and I messed a couple of them up, messed them up, but I do appreciate you doing that and the effort it takes to go through those names and study them, because we want to make sure that we get it right. So.
My daughter's is always messed up, Kirsten, and I think it's the way I spelled it.
Yeah, and parents, and I did the same thing, with Jay Henry. But parents, they don't always, spell out the names the way that may be traditional. They want them to have something unique, and I agree with that. But it makes it tough this time of year in making sure that you pronounce those, especially if we don't have the opportunity of working with the kids every day, like you don't, and unfortunately I don't. But anyway, it's a special time of year for our students. It's a special time of year for creating memories. We have field trips going out, and every day.
Picnics on the ground.
Picnic on the ground. I mean, there's just so many things that are happening that are really part of the educational experience of creating those memories. Our teachers, this time of year, there's so much responsibility that goes into the supervision of the students, but yet, it's good. I mean, when we look back on our most memorable parts of education, it will be, what happens at the end of the year, and the fun activities that get to take part. And so that's, of course, we have the celebration of our seniors, and there's been a number of things that's gone into play that's happened already. Our seniors, we got to recognize our completers, and so anyone that might not know what a completer is somebody, that's a student who has completed a series of courses that align for a career and technical program. So it may be a series of 3 courses, it may be a series of 4 courses that they take between their 9th and 12th grade year that align to whatever career development or career training that they want to. So last week we got the opportunity to honor those students, and that was 133 seniors. So that's almost half of the graduating class, not quite, but almost half of the graduating class completed 208 programs of studies. So
that's excellent.
So that's obviously 208. That means that several students completed more than one completer pathway, which is pretty impressive. That's about 45% of those that completed that. And then actually we had some students that completed 4 pathways, and we had one student that completed 5 pathways. And so really, when you think about the exposure to a broad range of skills and potential career opportunities that person or that student was able to have, is just pretty incredible. And that's one of the things that I do feel like Mountain Home does pride themselves on, is our career development pathways that we have, the number that we have, in comparison to the size in which we serve. And we had the opportunity to unveil another career opportunity last week, a partnership with ASU Mountain Home and Baxter Regional Medical Center through the LPN program. And so our students, if they have some of the prerequisites put in place, will be able to start an LPN program next January. And this would be seniors next January, so they could start that process. And of course, our hospital's foundation, they will pay for they will pay not only for the coursework that's involved in getting your LPN, but they are also paying really a cost of living stipend, so the student doesn't have to worry about working during that time. They can still work, and they can still work for the hospital, but they will get a cost of living stipend from the hospital foundation for working and completing that. So literally, our students can start school, have a job, get paid to go be, in training for that job right here, and do that, that senior year. And so that's a new concept in the areas of workforce development that, truthfully, I see other industries, coming on board for, because the workforce shortage, is definitely a real thing. I hear it from employers on a daily basis. And so they're willing to step up there. And then this model that we're, piloting or testing or trying out is one that hasn't been tested here in Arkansas, and certainly not within a hospital capacity and higher ed and, K-12 education. So.
What is the backside commitment to the student on that?
They are committed. I don't know how many years it is, but there is I think it may even be a year. Of course, I'll have to get the details, but there is a commitment to that beyond, beyond just getting the education. Obviously, their goal is to get an employee. Yeah. And so there will be a commitment, to go into that. And so, it's not it's obviously not a life sentence, but it is something that should allow that student to find out, hey, is this an industry that I want to go into? And then, of course, you can do your LPN, then you can continue stepping that your nursing degrees all the way out, both here locally with ASU Mountain Home, and then also, if you want to go on to get your bachelor's in nursing, to ASU. Yeah.
So if that starts second semester of their senior year, what is the completion of that? Is it another
December?
So
December.
A 1 year process.
Yeah, it is a 1 year process, and so by December of 2023, a student can be graduated high school and also have their LPN and job making $25-30 an hour at least, so you think about how accelerated that is, and how defined that is, and it still doesn't keep the student from taking on other responsibilities as they're working as well. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Let's go back to the completer stuff you were talking about a little bit. The completer courses, is that something that's unique to Mountain Home, or is that something that's done across the state?
It is something that's done across the state. So every industry, I say every industry, throughout the Division of Career and Technical Education, there are a list of approved courses and pathways. Of course, all of our pathways that we offer, we don't offer all of them that exist around the state. There's additional pathways that we don't offer, but our pathways align to our 3 academies, whether that be the Health and Human Services, the CAB Academy, or the ACME Academy. So our pathways fit within there, and we are always looking at those additional programs of study that can go into, that our students can have available. For example, was talking with a community member just this week about the aviation and some of the training and the courses that exist within the aviation. Of course, we have a wonderful airport out here that I do feel like is growing and becoming something more and more that the community is getting involved with. And so students, being able to obtain their private pilot's license and getting some of those courses that align to the aviation industry is one that, we're looking at. Of course, one of our highest regarded programs is our FFA program, and there's multiple pathways, CTE pathways within the FFA. There's animal science, there's plant science, there's I'll mess some of them up, agronomy, and so there's multiple pathways within each one of those things. And of course, this week, Josh Baker and the team, they hosted their FFA banquet. Of course, that's an all-night affair in which people get, steak dinner, and so I've heard just some
It's delicious.
excellent feedback about, not only is it delicious, they are, recognizing, hundreds of kids that are participating in the program, and they all get recognized one night. And he just sent me some stuff here regarding state champion. So we have within our FFA program, we have the state champion farm business team, which is Faith Hilbert, Lexi Rawls, Emmanuel Westra, and Zach Barr. And so that's the overall state champion farm business team, which is the best and the brightest in all areas of farm business. And so that's pretty incredible. We also have the state champion agronomy team made up of Kelsey Roach, Madison Hudson, Hannah Baker, and Colton Cooley. And those guys, and that doesn't happen by accident. Obviously, these are gifted students and intelligent students within their field, but they study and they work within these teams. Just like the Parley team, parliamentary procedure. They came up to central office the other day and practiced, and it was just incredible about their knowledge of Robert's Rule of Order and how to conduct a meeting. And some people, if you just sit back and you witness the parliamentary procedure and that competition, you think, okay, they've got this memorized and they're just going through the motions and regurgitating what they've been told. But what happens is they are given a situation, or they are given an order prior to it. They don't know it, and so they get 60 seconds to study whatever the motions that they're going to be presented with, and then they have to go through it. And so that's part of the competitions. And so it was pretty incredible to see them. Of course, that competition exists also within FBLA, and it was good to see some of the crossovers and that's our future business leaders of America, and Miss Sherry Smith does a great job with those. We also have Science Fair state winners with Hannah Baker and Hadley Baker, and so those girls obviously come by it naturally with Josh. But very proud of the FFA program and these students that are poured into it, the community that is poured into it, and those things, that program just continues to evolve and develop.
I think it's time for a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
Hello, this is State Representative Jack Fortner. I know you've heard lots of misleading statements about me being a liberal and pro-choice. I assure you I am neither. I have both the endorsement of the Arkansas Right to Life Council and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who said Representative Jack Fortner is a conservative Republican who has a consistent record of conservative values. Ask anybody that knows me what kind of a man I am. I ask for your vote, and I thank you for your support. Jack Fortner.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Do Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
As a practicing attorney with 28 years of courtroom experience, it is important to me that we have honest, fair, and experienced judges. I'm Jody Carney, and as the next district judge for Baxter and Marion counties, I want to help keep our communities safe and provide professional and efficient administration of justice. Please allow me to provide this service by voting Jody Carney for district judge. Early voting begins May 9th and continues through Election Day on May 24th.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Hi. Welcome back to the morning show. We're visiting with Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools. And what's next on the agenda? Are we going back to graduation?
We were talking about graduation a little bit just because it did flare up as kind of a community issue. And I want to just take a moment and address that. When I say community issue, is mostly a Facebook issue, but it did. You know, Facebook, people within the community were talking about it, and it's a valid point. So historically, prior to COVID, the graduation setup, you know, was very traditional for Mountain Home. We're talking decades of the same, you know, standardized setup, and that basically is, you know, stadium. Parents, grandparents, families, friends, all in the stadium seats. Out on the middle of the field are the students in rows. Of course, we have our honor grads up front and then stage. And so our graduation ceremony, I do feel like, is a little bit unique in that it is totally student-led. And so students do all the speeches, students do all the, you know, the recognition of the different individuals, and then of course Bob or, you know, whomever announces, you know, the student names. But what was different the past 2 years is one of the things we tried to do to make sure that we followed the guidelines that were set before us due to COVID was we positioned our students in pods on the field, and when I say pods, they were basically family units.
Right.
So instead of all the students being together, positioned on the field and sitting right next to, you know, their classmates, you know, the families were there, and then the students were with their families because, you know, with it being a house, you know, in a lot of cases, a household unit, you know, they would have been, you know, close contacts or exposed anyway. And so those were actually, you know, spread out across all the field, you know, distance apart where, you know, we met all those qualifications.
Which was actually really nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what some of the feedback that we had gotten was parents enjoyed being with their graduate. They enjoyed not having to rush around and come up to the stadium and get a seat and reserve a seat. They knew that they had, you know, 6 chairs with their graduate to be there on the field. So that was one side of it. The other side of it was the students began expressing how they wanted, more of the traditional seating, and they wanted to be there with their classmates.
Yeah.
And so initially we had planned for the pod seating again, like we had the previous 2 years. But we sent out a survey. We heard the interest in maybe not doing it that way, and so we sent out a survey to the seniors, and so the seniors did overwhelmingly prefer that they sit within their groups. And so we already had the chairs reserved, and then we already had, and of course setting all those chairs up, that's 300 graduates times 6.
Yeah, family members.
Times 7.
Times 7, that's right, because of the
2,100 chairs.
So that's a lot of chairs,
right.
All right? And those chairs don't just get set up in that way, walk out there in an hour and it's done.
Yeah.
So what we do is we reserve, or we put in for the prisoners through their community service program to come up and help our maintenance guys set up those chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we already had that, already had them on schedule to come up and reserve them, and so what we decided was we will go ahead and put the graduates on the field in a group together,
Mm-hmm.
but because we already have the manpower and the chairs rounded up, we are going to set up reserve seating for each graduate for, I think it's either 5 or 6 chairs, so that families don't have to rush around, get up there, worry about their seating. They can, have their pre-graduation celebration with their graduates and their families, and know that, hey, there's 5 chairs up here, for me, and that will be available for the graduates and their families. And then of course, there'll be 2,500, 3,000 seating, within the stadium for everybody else that wants to come. So that was kind of I don't know if it's a compromise the right word, but
best of both worlds.
But we tried to honor what the parents liked mostly about the pod seating. Mm-hmm. And then also, honor what the graduates preferred within graduation. So that's the way it's going to look, Bob. I don't know. You ready?
I'm ready.
So
now, something that I did notice that's going to be a little bit different that I've not known them to do before. If it rains, they've got a rain date.
That's right.
Which is the Saturday morning following
that's
the
right.
Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Which would be the 21st, and it'd be in the middle of the afternoon, I believe, is what they've got.
Was it middle afternoon or 10 o'clock? I don't. We thought about, I don't know what they settled on, but we had the discussion, me and the high school administration, about it being, about mid-morning the next morning, just because families are already there. Mm-hmm. Don't, make them, wait all the way till, 8 o'clock the next night. But, I've seen this, in for 7 years now, and we've always been able to have it. Knock on wood here, but I think it was a couple years ago, the storm was just like probably right here where we're sitting, and it wasn't over there at the stadium. And we got really lucky, but our graduation, it's usually about an hour and 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Bob does a great job of reading the names out. The students are efficient with what they do, and ultimately, I don't think parents want a long drug out ceremony. They want that opportunity to celebrate with their kids. Mm-hmm.
I found that the way it is set up now, and it is different than what it's been years ago, with the students leading the whole program. Mm-hmm. It doesn't lag on as long, and it's pretty exciting to listen to them tell their stories and how things go.
That's right.
And it keeps it smooth, and it keeps it moving, and it's good for the for the families.
They do a great job, and so next week, of course, graduation's next Friday the 20th. The Thursday before that, we have our retirement ceremony, and we have about 21 retirees that we're going to honor at 4:15 at Hackler Library. Then Tuesday night is our senior awards, in which the community is able to come and they present the scholarships that they give out. And of course, we also recognize students that have earned scholarships, through other state, state scholarships as well. And of course, that's a pretty intense and impressive night. The amount of money that our local community gives out in scholarships is just crazy. It's always 200 plus thousand in which our local community gives to our students, and that's not counting anything from any university or any kind of anything that's coming from the state. That's just our local patrons that have said, hey, I want to do something to honor a graduate. And so that's happening on Tuesday night. And then next Monday will be baccalaureate. And so baccalaureate is, we are having that in our high school gymnasium. And so, tis the season, tis graduation season, and all of those things that come together.
It's a lot going on.
Time for 45 after break. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
Hi, I'm Kevin Liddy. I'm running for the office of Baxter County Judge. Over the last 28 years, I've served the citizens of Baxter County while working with the Mountain Home Police Department. I am passionate about the citizens and its employees, and I'd like to keep moving Baxter County forward. In the last few years, our county's infrastructure has greatly improved, and I would like to keep moving us forward. I'm Kevin Liddy. I ask for your vote in the Republican primary on May 24th.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
My name is John Montgomery. 18 years ago, you hired me as your Baxter County Sheriff. My management team and I have worked hard to make the Sheriff's Office a premier law enforcement agency. I believe that transparency is the greatest form of public trust. As a result, my guiding principles of honesty, integrity, and professionalism have shaped the direction of our office. Working for the citizens of Baxter County has been the greatest privilege of my professional career. I have much more to do for you and the Sheriff's Office, and I respectfully ask for your vote on May 24th.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back to the morning show. We're visiting with Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Home School Superintendent.
Yep. Thanks for having me again. I wanted to highlight a couple students I may have mentioned a few months back, but Ben Partney and Emily Elkins. A few weeks back or months back, we were notified that they were National Merit semifinalists. But both of them did qualify as being National Merit finalists, which means they're about one of about 15,000 students across the entire country And so definitely a couple students that are very impressive, and I'm proud of all of their hard work that they put into their education, and congratulate them on the direction in which they are headed. Of course, Bob, he mentioned in the pre-show the 4x8 relay team from the tournament. I say tournament of champions, the meet of champions, and that is just an incredible feat. And so that is the best. That is a state record, as you mentioned, about 20-year state record, and then I think either the 6th or 7th best that's been posted across the entire country. But they weren't the only group that did perform at a high level yesterday. I wanted to highlight a couple others from the meet of champs. Riley Patterson, she got second in the 3200, and so that's all classifications, and so this is all classifications coming together for one last meet. Brody Patterson was second in the 300-meter hurdles. Robert Dover, sixth in the discus, and so he's 150 plus as far as his discus that he's throwing. Brady Barnett was sixth in long jump. Of course, he hit a huge PR in the state meet, was over 22 feet on the long jump. So proud of him. Michael Davis, fifth in pole vault, and so there's just some significant stories within some of those individuals, and the progress that they've come. And Mountain Home Track and Field has really established themselves as an elite program around the state. The boys were second in 5A, and then of course achieving at this level across all classifications. And in fact, we were only, I think, like 4 points away from being state champions, which we've only been state runner-ups, I think, once in the history of the program. So a pretty elite group of athletes and coaches that are really pouring in. And if you haven't been, of course you've missed your opportunities this year, but track and field is just it's a great sport in which so many kids get to participate and they get to compete, and then our coaches do an excellent job. Our 4x4 team also finished second, and so the 4x4 is one of my favorite races of the track because it's typically, maybe even always, the last race of the meet, and then it's every athlete makes a lap. And so just really, I don't know how long it's been for some of us since we've ran a 400 meter, but it is just a gut wrenching, race. I mean, you just line up and you sprint it, and you sprint the whole lap. And so the excitement that comes with that, and our guys, finished second within that from the meet of champs. So very proud of the track team and the progress that they've made.
Very good.
I think that, Scooter, did you have the opportunity to pull that up? I wanted to take and make mention briefly, and of course we'll talk about this more in the upcoming months, and there's going to be multiple community opportunities. But we are looking at a special millage election on August 9th, and that special millage election will be for the renovation and construction of our high school. And so if you can see in the upper right-hand column of the image that's placed here, you will see the 4 original campuses from the 1966 high school that exist currently under the metal tent. And whenever I say metal tent, that metal tent was put in place 30 years ago whenever the new gymnasium, the new 30-year-old gymnasium was built.
Because we didn't have the luxury of that metal tent when I went to high school.
So you didn't have the metal tent over you. You walked outside, and
it was open courtyard.
An open courtyard and open hallways between those buildings. And so the metal tent, was put in place, and I completely understand why it was done to encompass those campuses and create more, spaces. But what's happened over time is the existing 66 infrastructure, plumbing, electrical, and all such, has continued to deteriorate because, and just last week, we had issues with the sewer, and of course sewage was boiling up from the water right out in front of, or from the ground right out in front of the school. And so that's just one of something that happens about every other week, in which we're having to jackhammer out concrete, temporary replace it. Also, in addition to that 30-year-old metal tent structure, that's about to the end of its lifetime. And so the district would be looking at having to replace that, and that's not just a $200,000 or $300,000 project. That's a $3 or $4 or $5, $6 million project.
Yeah.
And so I really felt like I feel like it's we've been working to present an option to the public on how can we not just continue to put a Band-Aid on this thing. How can we fix it right? And so there'll be more information that we're obviously going to be talking about, but more information on the project. But it's really not, the project is definitely not a want. The project is a need, and it's going to have to be done, whether it's now or 3 years from now or 5 years from now. But it's definitely something that we want our public to be very much informed about, and I look forward to being able to talk with them more in the future.
We'll make sure we pick that up for June and July to make sure people are educated and know what's going on, what the plan is.
That's right. And if anybody wants, if you have questions about it, give me a call, send me an email, and I'd love to meet you down there and take you through the whole facility and show you exactly what we're dealing with, because we have done a good job of masking, what the true issues are there. The 30-year-old metal tent structure did a good job of covering up, some really what I would call significant issues within that facility. And
let's face it, it's old.
Yeah, it is. It is, and there's nothing, an old facility, take Guy Berry, for example. Guy Berry's an old facility too. But it is still being utilized the way that it was designed to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What's different about this facility is yes, it is, it's not only is it almost 60 years old, but it's not being utilized in a way in which it was designed, to do, with the multiple buildings underneath, the encapsulated structure. So that's kind of, old facilities are, you can maintain those as long as they're still being utilized in the way in which they were designed and function to. That is not the case with anything within this high school project.
And if you don't think that's an issue, go to Pinkston.
That's right.
That school is.
That's right.
And ancient.
And once again, there's an old school that's still has been added on to, but it's still being utilized in the way it was designed and structured for. And so that, whenever I'm asked, and I've heard people say this as well, I went to an old school. That's right, you did. And that old school was probably maintained in a way in which it was designed to continue to function. That is not at all what we're talking about here, because we have an encapsulated space that we're trying to utilize in ways in which, is really running the end of its time. So.
30 years
you really
ago,
don't see it unless you go and do the walkthrough and see it. Because I've been up there and had a chance to see it all.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe what you can't see and the changes and what, like you said, trying to use it in a different way than it was intended.
Right.
You can tell the minute you go up there and look at it.
Yeah.
30 years ago, there was a Band-Aid put on that high school.
That's right.
And now it's peeling off. It's time to replace it.
It is, and I want everyone to be as informed as they can on this issue. And so there'll be multiple opportunities throughout the month of June, July, and the beginning of August for that to occur, so that we can let the public, make the the best educated decision that they can make regarding this issue.
Good deal. Well, we're at the end of the show.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming on and informing us. I didn't know a lot of this, so I appreciate that. We want to thank you for joining us on the morning show on XL7-TV, and you'll see Bob tomorrow. So have a good day.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.